Hey guys, back with another Hammock Hitch stealth camping video. I'm at a city park that has a lot of trees, and I'm thinking this is going to be a good area. I was able to back in here. This parking lot's like, or spot is like 3 spots wide and it's covered with trees. This probably would have been a better spot prior to all the leaves falling off the trees, but I still think it's going to be okay. And I'm kind of excited. It's really quiet. I haven't seen anybody since I've been here. And I'm hoping this works out really good. So let's get this thing set up. So now that we got this thing all set up, I'm going to get working on some dinner, and then we'll explore around here a little bit. I think there's some good hiking trails in this area, and it's a really nice night. So let's get some dinner started. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I'm not a very good cook. So I'm doing something pretty basic tonight. I'm going to do some powdered mashed potatoes, mix in some gravy, and I got some ham that I'm going to cook up with it, and we'll make it camping style, and we're just going to mix all this together in one pot, and you know, pour the boiling water in just into one pot and not make them separate, just kind of mix it all up into one pot. So let's get this thing cooking and see how it tastes. So the best part about a meal like this is literally all I have to do is boil the water. And looks like it's already starting to heat up a little bit. This called for 2 cups. The potatoes called for 2 cups, and this called for 1. And I put in, because I'm going to just put it all in the same package, mix it all up. I didn't want it all runny, like, because the gravy would be all runny. So I did like 2 1/4 to 2 1/2 cups of water, giving the potatoes their 2 cups, and giving this like 1/4 to 1/2, which hopefully doesn't make it too runny when you mix it all together. I've never cooked them both mixed together at the same time. I've always had the gravy separate, but you know, since we're out here, you know, basically in the woods, I thought it would be best if I put them, just mix it both in the same thing together. So I'm going to get this stuff ready and just kind of pour this stuff in here. And I might not even, maybe I won't even pour all the gravy in. Maybe I'll just pour half the bag of the gravy in. And of course, I get a bag of potatoes that doesn't want to open. I'm going to have to cut this. I just poked my key through it. That should make a big enough hole to pour it out. Yep. So we'll just pour all the powdery goodness in here. I'll pour it all over my clothes. And then pour the gravy in there. And I don't know if I should pour it all in or just pour half of it. Wow, it's pretty much the same color almost too. Well, poured about 3/4 of it in there. Just put it all in. And now we wait for the water to continue boiling. It's getting there. It should be done in a minute now that I got this all over me. So the water's at a rapid boil. Let's turn this off. Let's turn that off. And then just pour this stuff in here. Pour the water in here. Ooh, that's a lot of water. And hopefully it mixes up and it's just fine. The gravy portion is a little clumpy. Yeah, I'm not sure this was a good idea to mix it all together. But I thought, well, let's toss some gravy in those mashed potatoes. When you do this stealth camping, you're not really sure what it's going to be like, so you don't want to like plan on cooking anything that's going to be too elaborate. And boiling water isn't something that takes much time. I don't know if the gravy's going to even melt up in here. This is really hot on my legs. I don't know if it's even going to... The gravy's kind of clumpy. Well, we'll let that sit for a couple minutes so it kind of stiffens up, and get some ham to toss in there. Hopefully it turns out okay. The gravy's not really blending in. While it's really hot though, I'm going to toss some cut up ham in here. And the heat from the potatoes should cook that up. I saw this recipe online that this guy had said, you know, just mix the gravy and everything in, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea. And he also had on the recipe to put cheese on top. And I like cheese, but I didn't know how the cheese would go with the gravy, so I didn't bring the cheese this time. And then after I left home and I didn't have the cheese with me, I kind of thought I should have just brought it and at least tried it a little bit. Because maybe it's good with the cheese and gravy. I don't know, I've never tried it. If anyone's ever tried it, let me know, and I will try it. I'll probably try it at some point anyway, but yeah, well, it firmed up pretty good. We'll see what this tastes like. It's really hot still. It's like steaming. It actually tastes really good, you just mix it in like that. And I think I used about the right kind of, or the right amount of water. It's not too runny and it's about as firm as you want the potatoes anyway. But maybe if I had had a little more water, the gravy would have like blended in better, because there's still clumps of it, you can see it. But it tastes really good. And mixing the ham right in it, it's like you get a bite with every bite. All right, well, I'm going to finish eating this, and then we'll go explore around here. I know there's a river by here that, I don't know if there's a trail that goes down to it from here that I can get to, but we'll explore around here and see what the neighborhood has to offer. But I'm going to finish, well, I won't eat all of it, but I'm going to eat some of this, and then we'll get started on that. From here, I'm like 10, 15 feet away, and you can see it pretty good in the daylight that there's something there. From both sides. But I think it'll be completely fine. It'll kind of blend in with the trees at night. The posts are black. If I had a darker colored hammock, if it wasn't purple, it'd probably blend in a little better. But yeah, I think that'll be fine. We'll see what it looks like when we get back. So I'm gonna just walk around here a little bit and check this place out. There's nobody here. I mean, literally nobody here, which is kind of nice. And I know there's a trail up here somewhere that we'll get to that we can hike on a little bit and see if we can get down to the river. Okay, so I found my way onto a nice little trail here that kind of goes through the woods. And I'm just thinking how nice it is out. We're on the last couple days of our Indian summer, which for those of you who don't come from a place where it gets cold in the winter, Indian summer is when fall starts getting cold, and then you get a few days, sometimes a week, where it gets really warm again. And we're on our last couple days of that. And they're actually projecting snow in 2 days. So right now it's really nice out. And I'm just gonna kind of enjoy that. Oh. There's a deer. There's a deer. He stopped when he saw me. Well, this is a nice park. Oh yeah, he's right there. I don't know if you can see him. He's right there moving through the woods. I didn't even startle him. That's a cool place about going to some of these parks. Well, he's not even running. I am not that far from him. Oh, now he's looking at me. I don't know if you can see him. This camera doesn't pick that stuff up. But he's 50 feet away from me and he didn't even run. He's got to be able to hear me. Oh, he's not even running. He's just standing there. I don't bother him one bit. This is not bear territory, but if you saw a bear, you wouldn't be shocked to see one. But it's not necessarily what you would consider bear, like a bear area. But deer, yes, lots of deer. And I don't know where this trail goes, but I feel like we're getting further away from where the river is. than where I wanted to go. I hiked around a little bit and I can't find my way to the river, which I know is around here somewhere. And now I'm on a paved trail. This is by far the most remote place that I've tried the stealth camping at, and I kind of like it the best. It's just a regular park, but it's a park that's, you know, way out in the middle of nowhere and not frequented by a lot of people. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. I don't know if I can get to the river though. I came dressed better for better sleep. I got my jogging pants on. They're much more comfortable than I think I had jeans on last time, and it wasn't all that comfortable for sleeping. So I just came dressed in jogging pants to make sleeping better. So now I'm back on a dirt trail. I got off the paved trail thinking maybe this goes down to the river, but if I don't get to it soon, I'm gonna have to turn around and go back because I didn't bring a light with me, and the sun's starting to go down and it's gonna be dark out here pretty soon. But since we're going down this steep hill, I'm thinking it probably is headed towards the river. But we'll see if we can get down there before the sun goes down. This is all I can see of the sun right now. A lot of birds singing. Yeah, this place is really remote, but it's really nice. I think I'm going to feel a little more comfortable here than I did at the last place, just because there won't be as much traffic coming through. Although the last one I guess was fine. Once it got dark, it was fine. But all right, well, I'm going to head back. I'm going to head back because this is just going down a hill. And we'll see how hidden I am up there once we get up here. Okay, so this is the main part of the parking lot. And you can see my Jeep as we're walking up. And right now I can't even see the hammock hanging there. With all the trees coming from this direction. Now I kind of can. Now I can. Through this gap I can right here. Right here I can see it. It's still pretty light out though. I mean, the sun's going down, but it's pretty light out. And now here I can see it. But now I'm within, 20, 30 feet right here, and I can totally see it. But if I was driving by quickly and not really paying attention, I don't think I'd see it at all. I mean, I'm really close right here. And it's still pretty light out. And only one car is pulled through here that I've seen. I mean, this is like the perfect parking lot. It has a big open area and then a couple of these little just outcrop areas where, well, you could probably fit 3 cars in that spot. But it's not like part of the main parking lot. It's like a separate part of the parking lot. But I can see it from here pretty easy, but I'm pretty close. And if I back way up, here, I can still see it. But the cars come through. This is like a big loop. And this is on the exit of the loop right here. And so the cars would be coming from over here. So basically anyone driving through would come in from over here and they'd pass the main parking lot, and then they would literally see it just for that little bit. And if it would have been a couple weeks ago, that the leaves would have filled that in and you wouldn't even see me at all. But they'd have to actually look because they're almost to the exit right here, past the main lot. think that deer's following me too. I can hear him out there. But I don't see him. But yeah, we'll check this again when it gets a little darker. But I think this is actually going to be the perfect spot. And it would have been a little better, like I said, a couple weeks ago before all the leaves fell off the tree, but I think it's still going to be pretty good. So I can already tell you that this is going to be my favorite place that I've done this at so far. I think it might be one of my favorite places I've even ever camped at, not even just this stealth camping. This place is awesome. I mean, it's so quiet, there's nobody here. I think this time of year is probably a good time to do this because, I mean, people aren't out like they are in the summer. Because maybe this wouldn't be as good of a place in the summer as it is right now, I don't know. But, yeah, I can already tell that I'm really going to like this. It's super quiet and I keep hearing that deer. So we'll see if he comes around here tonight or not while I'm sleeping. But anyway, I got my tablet out. I'm going to lay here and watch a movie. It's started to cool down a little bit, but I really think it's still going to stay in the 50s tonight, so it should be completely fine. And yeah, well, I'll catch you guys in the morning. So the sun's just coming up, and that was probably the most peaceful sleep I've had doing one of these stealth camps. Nobody came through here. It was a beautiful night. Probably one of the last good nights that we're going to have. And I got to tell you, sleeping in this thing, it's so comfortable. I wasn't sure that the first time I did it, I wasn't sure I was going to like doing it, but it's so comfortable just like laying here. And it was, for the most part, pretty warm last night. I'm not sure what it got down to. It probably got down in the 50s, maybe the upper 40s even, like just, earlier before the sun came up. But it was completely fine with the sleeping bag. And yeah, it's just really nice. Probably the last nice night of camping that we're going to have till next spring. So I was kind of just laying here enjoying it, but today will probably be the last nice day that we have till spring too, so I'm going to get up and get going with the day. So let's take this thing apart, and another successful stealth camp night. So I'm going to get out of here and take one last look around. This was a really nice place to do this at. I might even come back here again and do it again here. Very quiet, very quiet. Seriously, it was a really nice night. This was the third time that I've done a stealth camp, and by far the best. And I think it's because I picked the best location. And again, it was one that I didn't see any people. And maybe because it's starting to get colder out, there's not as many people out. I don't know, but definitely the best one so far. So if you like this kind of stuff, I'm going to try and do, I don't know how many I'm going to be able to do once it starts getting cold. I mean, we're supposed to have snow in 2 days, and today's just, we had a couple nice days, and but it's supposed to be cold in a couple days and get snow. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to try and do a couple more of these before it hits January, where by then I won't be able to do it for a few months for sure, because it gets way too cold. I'm probably okay down to like 30 degrees, and when it gets below that, that would probably hit my limit. So if you like this kind of stuff, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.